So Birmingham, a city full of amazing culture, 5 Michelin star restaurants, and women with one tooth who hang out of their council flat windows shouting things like, "Jamie, why have you just laid a massive log and not even bothered to flush the toilet? You nasty man." Yesterday hit the news because of a quite frankly disgusting story involving an intoxicated woman and a nightclub bouncer. Now when you consider the fact that alcohol serving establishments have only been open for a couple of days, the fact that something like this has already happened lets you know the state of Britain at the moment.
You will never find a more wretched hive of scum and villainy.
Now, I don't know if you've seen this particular story before, but I'm pretty sure you've seen many like it, because I certainly have. So what happened was, a woman, for one reason or another, was barred from going into this pub, and instead of taking it on the chin and just accepting that she can't go in the pub again, because she's clearly out of her wazzock, she decided it would be a better idea to start slagging off the bouncer, using more racist language than you'd hear at a Boris Johnson dinner party after Priti Patel waddled off to the toilet, fam. So basically, this guy on Instagram called Hotboy Trizzy, who's quite new to the bouncing game, posted a video on his Instagram talking about how he's seen everything there is to see on the job and that, and how he used to have to accept abuse like this, but he decided that this incident was one time too many and he wanted to do something about it. So I think the best thing we can do is stop waffling on and take a little look at the video, innit? Check it out. So you can already see there that Clubbing Karen is a bit cross, and she's coming out with things like, "I'm not touching ya." But the bouncer is keeping incredibly calm at this stage, as he does through the entire video, because, you know, he has something called dignity. But then for some reason, after the guy is telling her politely to go and stand over there, she decides that instead of doing that, she wants to stand up beside the bouncer and then scream out, "Yana!" like some kind of drunken wailing horse with a finger up its backside. And then this happens. So Clubbing Karen's decided to push that door with all of the might of the gust from one of my silent farts, and from that we can see that Clubbing Karen's about as solid as a melted marshmallow and about as threatening as a 15-year-old arthritic Yorkshire Terrier, fam. And the particularly observant among you would also have noticed a slight case of absolutely rampant rabid racism when, as the bouncer was walking off, she called him a moany old black C, when although that's already taking things way beyond the realm of acceptability, this facetitious pile of fecal matter wasn't done yet. Check it out.
Fucking
Ooh, you're hard.
Normally I'm not a racist, but the fact that you're stopping me drinking me alcoholic beverage is forcing me to be racist towards you. I mean, you can't expect me to be in control of the things that come out of my mouth. What an absolute dickhead, fam. Basically, because Clubbing Karen couldn't get her way and go back inside to drink what essentially amounts to being a hard drug, because that's what alcohol is, she's decided that her only retort is to be spiteful and draw for something that she's confident will definitely hurt the victim. In this case, that happens to be absolutely disgusting comments about the bouncer's race, bearing in mind that this guy has kept his dignity throughout this whole situation and handled himself with absolutely commendable restraint, despite being faced with a woman who's about as tolerable as being forced to listen to Ed Sheeran albums on loop whilst being punched in the groin by Mike Tyson with knuckle dusters on, fam. But thankfully the story doesn't end there, because as usual when the internet gets hold of something, magical things happen. So what happened was, eventually this woman's identity was tracked down, because as we all know, when people on the internet want to find out something, Leon from Tottenham turns into fucking Columbo, fam. So anyway, people found out who this woman was. They found her Facebook account, saw that she had her place of employment listed, and decided the right thing to do would be to inform those employers that one of their employees was more racist than a Cockney grandma, fam. And several hundred comments later, those employers issued a public response, and it went as follows. "We are aware of a video that is currently circulating online involving a woman who claims she works for our company. At the moment, we are unsure if this person does work for us, but rest assured, if this is the case, we take a zero-tolerance approach to racism in any form, and this matter will be dealt with the utmost urgency and seriousness." Now, it's since emerged that she never worked for that company directly anyway. She was a cleaner who was sacked in 2019. But also another piece of information has emerged where the racist woman's grandma came out saying that her granddaughter definitely wasn't racist, she was just drunk. Now, whilst it's definitely obvious that this woman is intoxicated, I'm afraid that for those thoughts to come in your head in the first place, you have to be a little bit racist, mate. Sorry. Being drunk is not an excuse.
I've been drunk loads of times, but I've never been racist to someone. See, this is the problem. People are more afraid of being labelled a racist than they are afraid of actually being a racist. And nothing's going to change until people stop being in denial about what they are. What this grandma should be saying is, my granddaughter made a mistake and I'm going to force her to educate herself on why she shouldn't be having thoughts like that and be so ready to say that kind of stuff. But you know why she won't? Because the only reason you'd ever think to say something like that is because it's common to say stuff like that in your surroundings. No one is just magically racist on their own. 99% of the time, people are racist because they've been raised by racists. So I hate to say it, this grandma saying,
My granddaughter isn't racist. There's no way, she was just a bit pissed up, mate.
would obviously say that because her granddaughter is from the household where there's a very good chance she picked up stuff like that. Now, I'm not saying for a fact this girl picked up her racism from her grandma. I'm just telling you about how racism is usually bred and passed down between generations. I'm not directly labeling that grandma as a racist, just for those people who are a little bit nitpicky and all that. And finally, before we go, I just want to remind you that if you sign up to my Patreon now, you can get in there in time to join my first live stream, which is going to be taking place this Wednesday at 8 p.m. So if you want to take part in that and have a little chat with me and discuss some of the stuff that's been happening in the news, some of the video ideas I've got coming up, etc., etc., make sure you sign up to my Patreon today and you'll be given a link to join in with the live stream and all that. But anyway, I guess that about wraps it up for today. If you've enjoyed today's video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Smash that like button and turn notifications on by clicking that notification bell so you can see more videos like this one. So yeah, once again, thank you all for watching and I'll see you next time. And